It's not like it's not like anything important's happening on the fucking show.
Hello, Internet. I hope you're all ready for a nice, calm, and easygoing night as we sit back, relax, and read some fan fiction together. Because this is the Fan Fiction Contempt Theater 9003 podcast, and I'm your host, SneakyDevil. And what we do here is we don't rant and rave. No, we just sit back and enjoy the front page, the top, the cream of the crop fan fiction that is delivered to us by the wonderful fanfiction.net.
Hold on a minute. I thought we sat back, did a line of coke, and then got angry.
Shh. You're ruining the surprise.
What surprise?
Anyway,
What surprise?
So, with all of that being said, however, I think because Max isn't here tonight, we should hit up some stuff that normally she would never be commenting on anyway. And because I know you like comics, Atin, how about we do a Naruto Justice League crossover?
Oh, Jesus God.
So, as always, of course, the fan fictions featured on this podcast are not our content. These are things that have become publicly available on a publicly accessed website. And
to which the authors own zero rights.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how that works when you post your stuff on a publicly accessible website with public fair use laws. But have we ever read an unironically great fan fiction? Says Super Potatoes.
Yeah, there've been a couple
on the podcast.
Do you mean on the show?
Yeah, on the podcast.
God, no.
No, I think there's been like one or no. The Albus Dumbledore's is a Christian high school thing.
Okay, but that was
actually pretty good. I'll give
grant
them
you that it was entertaining.
Yeah, unironically great. I mean, the Albus one was definitely ironically great. Unironically great. Like, a genuine story we sat down and we're like, wow, that's pretty good. I think wasn't
there that one romance one where we were like, this is good. Everybody's in character. This is just not our jam.
Yep, there was that one.
It was what? It was Harry Potter. It was Hermione and Sirius?
Maybe.
I think.
It's been a while, but I know what the story you're talking about. Just doesn't come to mind because I didn't care about it.
Yeah, but I was like, I know something like this exists somewhere in our archives.
Unironically great. No. Honestly, not much ends up being unironically great. And the stuff that probably was, we didn't really pay too much mind to because... Oh, right, there was that, Super AU prequel Mass Effect story where it was like shepherds in the gangs, and it's like telling the story of gang shepherds.
Was that targeted interference, wasn't it?
Something like that. I don't know. But that was okay. I mean, it wasn't a story that made us interested, but it was definitely a well written, well thought out.
Everything made sense. We're just like, this just, again, not our speed.
Yeah, it was also very slow fic.
Yeah, in fact, I remember because I remember that. I'm pretty sure that was it because I followed the story and the author was like, "Hey man, thanks for following my story." I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know, it's not exactly my speed, but I at least wanted to follow it and like let you know that I think your writing's really good, even if I'm not like a fan of this current story. And he's like, oh, well, thanks. That means a lot.
Now, in terms of have I ever read an unironically great fan fiction? Yes. Meta Stable, I believe it was. No, not Meta Stable. Meta. Fuck. There was also Recursion. Oh, Megalomania. That was a good one. That was an Undertale one that, again, I was like, oh, it's an Undertale fic. There's no way this could be good. And then I finished the whole fucking thing, and I'm just like, wow, what the fuck? That was great. I've read a, what's that? What's Subnautica? I read a Subnautica story by that same guy. And again, it's one of those stories where you're like, what the fuck is the Subnautica story? What the fuck is this summary? Oh, wow, this is actually really good. Wow, what the fuck? What the hell? Yeah, no, I mean, I've read some stories that I've just been like, there's no way this could be good, and then it ends up being really good, and I just have to sit there and be like, wow, what the hell? What did I just read? Something that was good? But do not worry, because Super Potatoes.
Huh? Inquisitor Kara was actually pretty good. The absolute.
That was ironically good. I would say that's more ironically good because it's definitely one of those things where you're like, I think it's gonna be good for like the laughs, but then it ends up being good because it's actually a deep plot and with well thought out and fleshed out characters. And you're just like, I didn't expect that from a 40K Harry Potter crossover.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I would argue, I wouldn't say it's ironically good because, like, it doesn't present itself as a shit post.
No, okay, the original version of it did.
Okay, I'll grant you the very first story presented itself as a shit post and then went, wait a minute, we've got something here.
I pulled off this curtain to reveal my skin! But anyway, this is Naruto the Young Justice crossover called the Ryujin.
Oh, thank God it's Young Justice. I was... oh, by the way, just a side note.
Yeah?
We are finally getting a show with Stargirl, and I could not be more hyped for it.
Oh, really?
Because one of the things I always liked about Stargirl...
Is she black?
No.
Oh, there we go. That's an improvement.
One of my things I always loved about Stargirl, it's like, they do... This is something we've talked about on the show, and you know what? It's about time we talk about it again.
Sure.
Sneaky. They did correct representation. What does correct representation mean? It means the character is something different from the norm, and that's not a big deal. It's just part of their character, and they just crack on with the story.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's great to hear. Yeah. There's
an entire little bit where it's like, oh, you have the Star Rod. Well, that's good for you. You can't be Starman, though. And it's like, well, I don't want to be Starman. It's like, oh. And that's the joke, right? Like, that's the one joke they make.
All right. I'm down with it. But anyway, yeah. Ryujin of Justice League by Yami Naruto 666.
Also, it's not Justice League if you're using Young Justice.
It is Justice League. It's not Young Justice. That was my bad.
Oh, okay.
This story is a Naruto Justice League crossover. Really? Hey, Atin, did you know that this story in the Justice League Naruto section is a Justice League Naruto crossover? I wouldn't have guessed. If the author hadn't told me, I would have never figured that out. I'm so glad he's wasting valuable summary space to tell us this. The plot for this story is that Naruto sent himself to DC Universe after 4th Shinobi War because he is God.
Immediately off the story.
Because he is a dragon god.
No, Sneaky, the part where I say I'm off the story means stop speaking.
This is my first story, so it has very bad grammar.
Alright. For the, I don't know, millionth time.
Naruto times
Just
Diana.
because you can't write does not, just because it's your first story, does not give you an excuse to have bad grammar.
No, it really doesn't.
In order to sign up for this website, you have to have at least been through what, Sneaky? High school, right?
I believe the age is 13, so you at least have to have been like, okay, let's see here. 13 years old, that was, Christ.
Freshman?
No, that was, no, that was, fuck, okay, so 13 years old, was 2007, so that's 7th grade.
Seventh grade. Look, I try not to think about how old I am on a regular basis.
Yeah, it really hurts, actually.
That aside, though, you've all been through, at minimum, 5th grade fucking English, people.
Yeah. Also, this is fucking cringe. Holy shit. So, I'm on the guy's profile page. He joined back in 2012, which... Hold on, is this fic posted in 2012? Yes, okay, so it was. Naruto, I am the precious hatred inside of you, the dark part of you. The only difference is my fiction fans have taken a real liking to me. The difference between me, Dark Naruto, and Naruto is that
the fans like Dark
Naruto. I'm gonna
press X to doubt.
I'm gonna heavily doubt that one. So, favorite pairings: Naruto times no one from Konoha. So literally illegal. Got it. My most hated pairings: Naruto times Hinata, Naruto times Sakura, Naruto times men.
I would say.
I'm not.
Wait, do I have really bad news?
Author's
for the
note:
author?
I am not into Yoi. Yoi.
It be the Yoi!
Jesus Christ. Crawling in my skin, indeed. Yeah. Oh, wow. Holy crap. This is basically like Orpheus Kidwell, but edgier. Naruto Uchiha! ... The son of Hades! ... Grandson of Amaterasu! ... Great grandson of Chaos! Blood of the Shinto and Greek gods! ... Dark Naruto! ... Smart Naruto! ...
Sneaky, I know you can't see this, but I'm so angry and annoyed right now. I can actually feel the vein in my left temple moving my headphones.
Oh god. Wizard in the Tides, Book 1. Sorcerer's Stone. Naruto Uzumaki. A young Wiz-A-Rad.
I think the thing I like the most about this is we don't have to do anything here.
who has a dream become the most powerful wizard, surpass his parents through use of spells and mind powers. His journey to learn magic begins.
Isn't this supposed to be Naruto?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like the start of a garbage Harry Potter fic.
His journey to learn magic begins first year of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Let's see how far he goes to achieve his dreams. ... Bettered by the Gizmo Zhao Mao Ten Tails.
Alright, well, we know someone who didn't do their job.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Ooh. Wow. Madara's grandson. I promise you. ... Anyone who
I
will
wish
get
he
in our
was
way of
exaggerating the
peace
amount of ellipses, but he
will
isn't.
be crushed. The son of Namikaze Monato and Uzumaki Kushina. ... And the legacy of Uchiha Madara. ... Semi-dark Naruto. This is my new version, so please reread it all.
No.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, okay, you know what? Oh, I'm actually gonna ping everyone. I'm gonna ping fucking everyone. Holy shit, I am dying. Please get in here.
Like, normally I'm like, yeah, he's exaggerating, it's funny, but like...
What the fuck is this? The blood of gods! You've established peace in the elemental nations, but your destiny is not over yet. An unknown famine voice brings Naruto into a new world. ... The world he is truly part of. Now only time will tell how the presence of another child of prophecy will affect the great prophecy.
Oh, gosh.
Oh god, what is this? Heir of the rabbit goddess. A tiny pebble may start a small ripple that over time can turn into a tidal wave that affects the lives of many. Well, actually, a small ripple would quickly become a not ripple, due to how physics work and how the energy would be expended, and yeah, you get the point. Minato and Kushina find that out the hard way when their small mistakes causes not only problems to them, but the whole shinobi world. A non-Jinchuriki Naruto was neglected for his Jinchuriki sister story. Yes. Oh yeah. Criminal child neglect. A small mistake. Fanfiction author 2020. Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Are you dead yet, Atin? Have you died? Has your veins bursted? Dungeon Rapper goes to town. What the fuck, Jason? Sneaky. Do us all a favor, okay? I'm listening. Bookmark all of these for the future. Well, if you say so. But anyway, let us get into this justice story while I wait for Atin to undead himself. Actually, you know what? We're actually gonna pause that story. We're actually gonna go into a just dumb section, and we're gonna cover quickly. Let's go with this one. It's a Ruby fanfic. We're gonna wait for Atin to come back. And in the meantime, we are going to endure this while we wait for Atin. Double Dare Me, a Ruby fanfic by Kenshin1340. Rubies lived a hard life, one of strife, struggle, and sweet addiction. In between fixes, Ruby stumbles across a situation that will permanently change her way of life. Eventually, lesbian couple. Other pairings might be switched around at any point in time. Very mature themes. Ruby will be out of character completely for no apparent reason. Also, trigger warnings, drug addiction. Featuring the main characters of Ruby, Weiss, Nora, and for some reason, Cinder Fall. It's a angst, hurt, comfort story lasting roughly 6 chapters, going for about 21,000 words. This is version 2. The one of strife, struggle, and sweet addiction. Yes. I love the fic where Ruby has been recruited to the Salvar Chem Dogs. Yeah, basically. So this is a sweater weather fiend. I think that was supposed to be friend, but whatever. Because it's too cold for you here and now, so let me hold both your hands in the holes of my sweater, and if I may just take your breath away, I don't mind if there's not much to say. Sometimes the silence guides your mind to move a place far away. Ruby stood on the corner of the busiest intersection in West Side, 24th and Schnee. The light was red and the sun beamed down on Ruby's hoodie, but she still felt cold. Cold deep within her chest, she realized Ruby couldn't shake the sentiment and shivered as the sun was sheltered behind a soft cloud floating by. Well, this is boring already. So, blah blah, purple prose, fucking Ruby's just, existing. And, purple prose, blah blah. So Ruby sees a woman, and she has hair next to a man who also has hair. And then Ruby is looked at by the woman, and she sees a scar on her face. And that was really sexy, Ruby thought, and now she wants to bang this random woman who literally she just saw approximately 10 seconds ago. Busiest is spelled correctly for once. Oh, I'm aware. I just find it very silly. Let's see. And then a car flew by, and she looked at her reflection in the car windows, and she realized that she looked like shit. And then the bus finished passing by, and to Ruby's shock, the couple was gone. Like in those films and shit where it's like, oh, whoosh, they're gone. Ruby has a sex addiction. No, it looks like Ruby has a cyberpunk addiction. As in one that can only be found in cyberpunk dystopias. So that's the thing, I guess. Question mark? I don't know. But maybe we'll see. Maybe it'll tell us what her real addiction is. So Ruby's got a knife on her, and she's fondling the knife. And
sorry, I'm back. I went to eat waffle fries, and then I got bitched at for reasons that are beyond me.
She has a dystopian future addiction. That's the worst kind of addiction. Yes, it really is.
Who has a dystopian future addiction?
While you were gone, because I didn't want to read a comic story without you there to die from rage.
Oh, good. So you want me to suffer an aneurysm?
Yeah. Yes. I was reading this Ruby story, which is about a sex-addicted Ruby who isn't a huntress, who goes around following Weiss and Nora and Cinder for lesbian sex and drugs.
I see. You know what? No, I do not see.
No, I don't even know. But yeah, so it's a garbage story. It's total trash. It's up to your neck in fucking purple prose trash. And let's go back to that Young Justice story. Kickstart the IRL Ruby AU. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, listen, it's where she's gonna be in about 6 months when Rooster Teeth drops the show. No,
What?
too real?
Licking carpet for drugs?
And, desperately begging shippers for anything she can get.
Oh, yes. You Ruby. I'm sorry. The only ship we have left is, fucking...
Ruby Tentacles.
No, I was gonna say the Ruby times Tai Yang one. What's that one called? Replacement therapy?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
I would call it replacement therapy. I think that's the best name you could ever come up with that.
Well, why don't you go check the spreadsheet?
Oh, fine. Ruby shipping spreadsheet. Let's see. Ruby, so the Ruby masturbation. Yeah, thanks for displaying that to everyone. Google, I really appreciate that. So the Ruby masturbation one is called Watering the Roses.
Wait, they added that?
Yes.
Oh god. Oh, okay. Hold on. What's Blake?
I would love to tell you if it wasn't fucking frozen.
It's a large spreadsheet.
Look, I don't care how fucking thick it is. Fucking piece of shit.
Also, I'll give them this. They're the only fandom I know that they're like, nah, we have a spreadsheet.
I think it fucking.
So it's copycat or shadows. Weiss is mirror image. Or it froze.
Yeah, it's doing that for me too. It is
Oh my god, Sneaky, they've added multiple tabs.
Yeah, I've seen OT3s, OT orgy, note from shipper try. I don't know why it's crashing though. How are they editing it if it crashes?
Oh my god, Sneaky. What if the honorable mentions for Weiss on Weiss is twice?
I love it.
What is okay? So Yang, we've got Disco Inferno and Double Barrel. John and John is Blonde Ambition or Vomit Boy.
All right, I think it's stabilized. So let us
Oh, Sneaky, you'll be pleased to know
here
that
we go.
Nora and Nora is simply smashing.
Daddy's little girl, Dilf and
Oh.
Cookies, or Sugar Daddy. Oh, those are all awful. I think replacement therapy is the best one.
Hold on, what's Yang and Taiye? Oh, Twin Sons, Golden Dragon, Double Dragon. Into the Garden.
Ooh.
I'm not saying that last one. I'm not saying it.
Nah, yeah. Junior and Times Ruby is Pedo Bear. You know what? I fucking wholeheartedly approve of that one. The name, not the ship.
By the way, Yang and Ironwood is either Fire Poker, Iron Fist, or Arms Dealer.
Wait, I don't understand this one. Junior times John is Honey? What? I don't get it.
Oh, good. Yang times Winter, Nuclear Winter, Shipping Sisters, Boob Monsters, Running Hot and Cold, Snow Dragon, Panzer, Elderburn.
Elderburn, I like that one.
For some reason, Jacques said, oh boy. Okay, so Jacques and Yang is global warming. But if we hop one column to the left...
No! Oh, no!
Wait, which one are you looking
at? Ruby times Maria is called the Silver Reapers. Oh, God.
By the way, Blake times Jacques is slave labor.
Oh, God, that's not okay. Ooh.
Oh boy. So, Sneaky. Winter and Weiss, Special Snowflakes. Ice Queens, which is terrible.
That's lame. Yeah.
Gesundheit. Winter is Coming, which is also terrible. But I saved the best for last. Shenanigans. I'm sorry, Shenanigans.
I like the first one, I think it was.
Oh, hey now. No, that's not good. Weiss and Ironwood. Snow Patrol.
Wait, why is there Zwei? Why is Zwei? No.
Oh, no, he's been on there for a while.
No. Not
We've
allowed.
got Red Rocket and Puppy Love.
I do not approve of this existence at all. Zwei times John, Underdog. Also, all of these are just really fucking shit. Like Underdog, Fenrir, War Dog, Foo Dog, Fashion Animal.
This keeps getting updated is just...
I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. Society for the blind. Why are we having blind ships here? They can't see them.
Wait, who is... Hold on, I have to know. What's Maria and Maria? What have they done for that?
Oh no. Oh no.
How is this organized?
Nothing.
Why does White Fang Lieutenant have a tab?
Some of the recommendations have been Skull Kid, Shinigami, and Peanuts. That's cringe. That's real fucking cringe.
You people can do better.
That's really cringe. No, Sienna Con times Sienna Con is Con or the Royal We. That's okay.
You know what? I'll give him that last one. I'll give him that last one. That's pretty good.
I'll tentatively approve of that. Ren times Flint Cole is drop the beat.
Hold on, what's Ren times Ren? I need to... If it's not... it better be a fantastic pun.
I'll tell you in a second when I finally fucking get there. Twin Dragons or Why the F You Lie, Ren? Why? Why?
Alright, Sneaky, come on, let's see if we can't come up with a better pun. We'll give it a minute.
What, Ren times Ren?
Yes.
Oh. Ah man, this is actually kind of hard. Ren
Can we do anything with his semblance?
What is his semblance again? Being peaceful?
No, hiding people from the Grim.
Oh.
No,
Nah, I really don't. I really don't. Honestly, I got nothing. Twin Dragons is just kind of lame though.
Yeah, well, and that's already been taken. Remember, they slapped Twin Dragons over on
Yang times Raven.
No, Yang times Dad.
Oh,
Yang
right.
times Tai Yang.
I mean, that's kind of fine, I guess. Jeez. Wow. A lot of the puns I could make with Ren's powers and name is not very good at making a pun with itself.
Ouroboros, maybe? Twin snakes? Snakes eating each other?
Ouroboros.
Or,
Maybe.
like, I'm thinking here for, like, dumb jokes. That's the best I got so far.
Coco times Yataushi. Kit Kat tea.
What?
I don't know. I will give Fox times Coco probably one of the best names here. Shades and Blades.
Hold on, what is Coco and Coco?
Channel.
Okay, alright, I get it. I don't necessarily like it, but I do get it.
All the ones for Coco and Team Ruby are just really lame. chocolate milk, strawberry chocolate, Guns N' Roses. There you go. That's a good one.
I was gonna say I'll give him that one. That one's funny.
Catwalk, purse, cattling.
Wait,
yeah,
what's
that's
catwalk?
What do you mean? Catwalk, that's Blake times Coco.
Okay.
Purse and Catling gun. Yeah, those are all just fucking awful. Jesus.
At least, hey.
Oh, here you go. John times Coco, French roast. I will give a clap to that. I will give a single clap to that one.
One singular clap.
But yeah, enough about that. Back to this crap story. So this is
for those of you that had managed to forget about that chart, you're welcome.
Pre-nut clarity. Okay, you know what? I'll give you that, Pedro. That's
for what?
Ren times Ren.
You know what? That's fantastic.
I'll accept that one.
You know what, Pedro? Throw that on the spreadsheet.
Anyway, so this here is going to be a terrible story. Naruto times Wonder Woman. In Metropolis, unknown to everyone in Metropolis, a lone blonde figure could be seen high above on one of the many buildings in city. He was overlooking the city with look of interest. The cloth he wore was standard Anbu uniform consisting of black and gray arm. I love the I say love, but I hate it. I utterly despise it when an author goes, yes, he's wearing the typical guard uniform of insert thing you should know about. Now let me proceed to describe
it.
Yeah, now let me proceed to describe the uniform, completely negating the whole point of mentioning that it's a uniform.
Like, all they had to do was be like, hey, this is the standard Konoha war uniform.
No, Anbu, but not
yeah, I know, but just like,
yeah.
What is that? It's a gray flak vest. It's a green flak vest.
A gray and black flak vest.
With they took all the pockets off in season 4 or 5 because they put it on everyone and they couldn't afford to animate that many pockets, but still.
There was a lot of pockets. They all just fell off one day. Anyway, so
We've
blah
removed
blah.
Pockets from the uniform.
Black boots with spikes for traveling mountainous regions. What?
That
No.
No.
Not at all.
It's not how that works. That's not how any of that works.
No. 3 ninja pouches on the back waist and Raven summoning tattoo on his left shoulder. Also, he wore black mask on the right side of his face, aka the Ichigo wizard mask, but only half of it. What? Ichigo wizard mask.
I feel like we're gonna regret this. What?
Old men's male oldie costume mask. Jesus.
I see. Well, I mean, no one's gonna figure out who the fuck he is. That's for sure.
No, Mighty Morgoth. No, man, no, it's not a visored mask. It's a wizard mask.
It very specifically says wizard.
It definitely says wizard. how all this began? Where Madara and Toby truly ended for all fighting? Or was it everyone but me? What? These thoughts going around the head of blonde figure. Oh god, I am actively suffering from this.
I have several questions. I should like if I received no answers.
Flashback starts. 6 months passed since 4th Great Shinobi War began, and many shinobi were died. In the
People die when they're killed.
They were died in the war.
It's very unfortunate. Several thousand died in the wars.
Even though Naruto appearance was great help in war, it's still not enough. Okay. Alliance of 5 great nations was losing their manpower. Itachi and Sasuke, where the dead?
Itachi's already dead, although he did technically come back as a clone.
But they're
Which,
re-dead.
side note, that was one of the stupidest but coolest things I think that happened in that entire show.
Probably, yeah. World War One be like. Yeah. They were able to stop Edo Tensei and kill Kabuto, but they were unable to stop Edo Madara from acquiring his full life. There just weren't enough people to stand against infinite number of Zetsus. Shinobi Alliance not only lucid 2 out of 5 Kages, more specifically, those Kages were Godaime Kaze Kagegara and Sandaime Shushikage Inoiki. They also lucid Jinchuriki of 8 Tails. Despite all their efforts, there was only half Shinobi populace livid, but they still refused to give up to enemy and keep fighting. Until one fateful day, Naruto Uzumaki, 3rd Jinchuriki of Kyuubi no Yoko, was captured, and this brings us that day, when extraction of 9 Tails begins.
Was begins, eh?
Also, for some reason, capitalized.
It was begin! Why does it sound like something... You know what? I can't even... Orcs have better... Orcs have
no, you
better
know what
grammar.
it is? It feels like we're almost completely there to quarter life, full life consequences. I feel like that's what we're creeping into. You ever see that?
Nope.
It's a basically it's a YouTube poop ish story. It's making fun of Half-Life. Gordon Friedman, the Kuzan of Gordon Freeman, when he was axed for help. And you know, like whenever there's a spelling error or shit, the video maker just rolls with it, and he remade the entire story in Gmod. So like when the story goes, when he was axed for help, like an axe just flies out of the sky and hits him in the head with a note that says "Help me" on it.
Ah.
Like he does a bunch of really silly shit, and it actually makes the story pretty funny. Because I don't believe that it was a parody. At least I want to believe that it was a parody. Full Life Consequences is the greatest story of all time. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll link Atin the this series after this is all over. Anyway. Hidden Akutski base. 9 ethereal dragons came out from Demon Statue and heads towards the unconscious form of Naruto Uzumaki. They wrapped around the blonde's body and formed one sphere. Inside lying alive, Madara and Toby were smiling evilly. Soon sealing will complete, then first 10 tails, then whole world will be mine, said Madara, who was now alive. In the end, child of prophecy, you have failed. Now the world belongs to the Uchiha clan like it always should have. Okay. They started the process. The demon statue started to act, but the chakra was coming out of the dragons and it turned black and started flowing backward. What's going on here? The founder of Konoha yelled while Toby was looking at scene in shock.
What's going on here? I feel like I've been bamboozled.
Hold on. Text to speak. I believe this is the best way to fully something went wrong, you say. Okay, very well. I shall endeavor to try this again.
Natural Reader is a professional text-to-speech program that converts any written text into spoken words.
Excellent,
the paid
Ryan.
Versions of Natural Reader.
You are perfect for this. And we'll just copy and paste all of this right into here.
Madara looked at Blonde with his Rinnegan eye and noticed a smirk on his face. Then he saw Naruto was muttering one word with his lips. Madara's eyes were widened in horror when he realized what he was trying to say. Fools! Stop that jutsu! He yelled out in fear. He's placed a powerful jutsu on himself that will reverse effects of the ceiling. He tried to say more, but vortex appeared on Naruto's stomach and chakra of the other tailed beasts was starts to absorb into it. Madara's eye winded even more when he saw what was happening. No, my plan, that damned Uzumaki clan destroyed my plan again. He yelled out and tried to cancel the jutsu by using his Rinnegan, but it doesn't work. Toby, help me stop the jutsu. He yelled out, getting a nod from Toby. Toby also used his Rinnegan Sharingan eyes to cancel jutsu, but he failed and something else happened. He notices his hands were fading away. The wind directing to the vortex grew stronger and Toby's eyes was widened in horror. What's going on? He said and tried to teleport himself away, but he absorbs into vortex.
Are you quite finished?
No, this can't be happening. Arrgghhhh. Toby cried out as his head and the rest of his body drawn into the vortex. Madara saw this and the same thing was happening to him. Naruto started to chuckle and then laugh. Damn you Uzumaki, and your clan, I will not die like this. I'm an Uchiha, I will become he cried out as he was absorbed into the vortex. While the black-colored chakra continued to enter the vortex that was on Naruto's stomach and then black light. He had gone from this world.
Oh my god. No, it's perfect. It's everything I thought it would be. Oh boy. This is indeed perfection. Oh my god. Are you guys ready for part 2?
I don't...
Pain. It was everywhere around him, a void in which he was floating for what seemed like eternity. His identity was washed away in the stream of agony, his thoughts silenced by the noise that wasn't his. There were no colors, no sensations, just pain. He knew he was still alive, on some level at the least. He didn't think of it, he didn't dwell upon his situation, he clung on his own self-awareness with single-mindedness that was a purpose unto itself if he let go of it even for a moment.
This is no good.
He knew he'd be washed away by the unseen torrent of agony, piece by piece. He floated, like a leaf on the wind that was. How did he know what wind was? Then he felt that he could. He was confused, but he still held on to his indeterminable position, with that instinct that tells us not to let go, or we would fall. It was the fear of falling that was the most primal sensation humans felt upon their birth, and it never really goes away. Finally, boy, I didn't think you'd make it here. Someone said from dark.
Can we just...
Who? You were crafty as always, Uzumaki Naruto. A deep voice spoke from within the darkness. Just what I would expect from the child of prophecy. It was tall, at very least it was 10 feet tall, its body was a rotting sickly gray color with black rune or perhaps seal-like markings over what was visible of its left hand and forearm. Sharp obsidian black nails, oninju or Japanese prayer beads wrapped around its left hand wrist. Its face resembled a Hanyu mask, a pair of horns flowing out of its long spiky white hair, a knife sheathed in its razor-sharp obsidian black fangs, a pair of demonic eyes glaring down at them, the sclera and pupil both a deep obsidian black while the iris was a brilliant golden color. And a long white robe the only thing covering its body, yet left its chest and some of its navel in full view. SHSH Shinigami-sama, Naruto whispered. Yes, child of prophecy, you wear that name proudly, but that is not all I am indebted to you for, Shinigami-sama continued. You are the one to see Lucia Madara and Tobi who wants to monstrously defy my powers of death, and you are the one who restore balance and peace in element nations. As a god, I shall pay back my debt, but first same people want to meet you. Hello Gaki, a deep voice came from Shadow. It shocked Naruto since the voice very familiar to him. No, it can't be. Naruto whipped around to see Jiraiya was standing behind him with his arms crossed and smirking at him, looking exactly like the last time when he was alive. Hiroshi-9, he shouted as he hugged his godfather. It's good to see you too, Naruto, Jiraiya laughed. Well, this looks like a very nice reunion, isn't it? Chuckled an old raspy voice. Once again Naruto was shocked as he saw the Sandame Hawkage Sarutobi Hiruzen was behind him in his Hawkage outfit. He gave him one of his grandfatherly smiles to Naruto. Hello Naruto-kun, how are you? Naruto released Jiraiya and owned his surrogate grandfather. There are more people coming, Naruto.
So I
hope you are okay with a nice reunion.
Yeah, I know, right?
What do you mean, Gigi? Naruto asked. The Sandame just motioned to somewhere behind Naruto again. As Naruto turned around he saw two figures in the background looking at him with smiles. Figures were his parents, Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. He hugged both of them. Minato smiled and hugged his son. I'm glad to see you, Naruto. You too, San. I missed you so much, my Sochi, Kushina said, getting into the hug. I know, Kasan, Naruto said, crying into their arms. We are proud of what you have become, Naruto. You're what we expected you to be and much more. Yes, son, I'm proud to be called your father. Naruto turned around and looked at the people in front of him. He doesn't know when he will see them again, so he wanted to something before he spoke. Kushina interrupted.
Of course,
This isn't goodbye, Naruto, she started lovingly. Just a see you later. She went up to him and hugged him. I hope you live a better life now. I agree with your mother, Minato stated. He then produced the scroll from behind him. Here, take this. It contains all of my notes on everything about Fanjutsu and our personal justice. Naruto nodded and put it in his pocket. Minato then stuck out his hand and smirked at Naruto. Naruto took it and shook his hand. See you soon, San, Kasan. With that they both disappeared with smiles on their faces. Naruto looked at his last two people, Jiraiya and Sandame. I want to thank you for everything. Naruto was crying because of all of that just occurred. I should have thanked you, Naruto, Sarutobi said. If it were not for you, many a times Konoha would have fallen. To repay you back I give you this, a scroll materialized in his hand. It contains all the justice I have learned over time, and some from first and second Hokage. Just don't overexert yourself when training. Naruto nodded and hugged him one last time before he too walked off and disappeared. Well, Gaki, Jiraiya started as he came up to Naruto. I have
feel
nothing
like
to
the
give you.
village
You
hidden in
basically
the
took over
leaves
for me when you
should have
trained.
just had like
I, however, will give you
a
this.
coming out of
2 things
retirement
puffed into
plan
existence.
for all the
The
Hokage,
first
right?
being a
Like,
little blue book, and the other being a scroll
like
saying
the other
Itachi.
villages went through
It's my
Hokage
life's
at a
work.
very
I hope you
consistent
find it
rate,
very
right? Like,
pleasurable, he said, letting out a perverse giggle.
okay,
Okay,
we've
Earl
got
C9. I'll read it.
we've got
I think I might republish it too, just so I can earn some extra
Mizukage's 1
cash.
through 4.
But this Jir hair let
Nothing
out.
weird happened with them, right? Like,
Right.
we didn't get the first one for the third one to die or anything like that.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the village hidden in the leaves is like, so we had the third Hokage, he retired, and we got the fourth. What
Right.
happened to him? He died, so the third came back.
Right.
Then the third died, so we had the fifth. But then the fifth took a nap, so we had the sixth, and then the fifth came back.
And now we have the fifth again, and then the fifth died. So now we have the sixth.
So now we
again.
have the seventh, because nobody liked the sixth very much.
This is starting to really form up into the American presidential history. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna get cringy.
Really, now it's gonna get cringy.
Yeah. Naruto found himself in his mindscape, but his mindscape was not a sewer. It looked like endless sky with many floating islands, like in Fairy Tale. When he turned his back, he found himself in front of Big Black Dragon. Dragon, whose entire upper body was covered
so
in
Naruto's
round...
got big black dragons on the mind, does he?
Yes, he loves some big black dragons.
You know, we're getting clipped just
Oh.
because these people are terrible.
Probably. To be fair, there was only one president who has ever won a non-consecutive second term. We also have a president who won a third term, and we also have a president who killed people regularly.
I would say, let's not forget, for the president that got a third term, he also was the president who said, you know what? 2 terms is enough. Fuck anybody else who comes after me.
Speaking of limiting the presidential powers, did you hear about Russia?
Oh, you mean the thing that I posted where the entire government of Russia resigned?
Yeah. Yeah, and how...
I remember I was at lunch with my coworker and my boss, and I see this headline pop up from Google, and it just says, entire Russian government resigns. And I was like, guys, this headline says the entire Russian government resigned. And she's just like, well, what the fuck does that mean? I'm like, I think it means the entire Russian government resigned.
I would like to point out that we've seen this before. This is not the first time this has happened. Oh boy!
Or remember the time the prime minister,
nervous
of
laughter,
and the president of Russia just kind of switched sides, or switched jobs,
nervous
because you
laughter.
weren't allowed to be the president twice in a row in Russia.
I mean, I was talking more about the time when the leader of a country declared different powers being entrusted into the leader of the country, and then suddenly the entire government is dissolved.
Yeah.
We totally haven't seen that several times before. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so big black dragons with massive round phallic scales. Anyway, so it had a tail, it had wings, it had a round head that looked like a bowling ball. It had legs, 4 legs. Its mouth was full of teeth. And it actually had multiple wings, like 5 wings. Because it could. And its tail was actually cut in half, and it was two tails at the end of the tail that were scorpion tails. Because reasons. And his eye was the Sharon Renegon. And
The
he was,
Sharanagon.
yep. Finally we meet young hatchling. Who are you? Where is Ten Tails? Ten Tails was my corrupt form. Because of you, I got my original form. I am Dragon God. Because of your last...
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But I'm gonna interrupt here.
Right.
You what?
What?
Just... I am a dragon. The 10-tailed fox was my corrupted form. What?
Yeah,
What?
don't you know is that when a god gets corrupted, they turn into a giant plant? Duh. Everyone knows that. But, anyway. Because of what you did, our souls are now forever bound to each other. We are now
opposed to it not already being that way?
no, now they're one soul. There is no difference between Naruto and the giant dragon with scorpion tails.
I bet that's gonna be a sex thing, isn't it?
I am now your advisor. You are my successor, so I shall teach you everything that I know. You will honor my power and responsibility that comes with it. Look at your reflection in the water. What happened to me? His spiky blonde hair had black tips, and the color of his left eye was blue, while his right eye was red, and he had diamond mark on his forehead, and no whisker marks, and he looked younger too. Everything you are is because you are now a dragon demon. This is your first step in your evolution. You will change more in the future. This also gives you basically OP abilities along the way. Currently, right now, you're only 100 times stronger than the strongest person.
Wow.
You also have the Sharingan. So what do we do now? Now I'll train you for the next several years until you can open up rifts to new dimensions. Also, time in the void flows slower compared to other places, so probably only seconds will pass by the years are over.
Boy, that's convenient.
Yep. Yep. What else to say there? Anyway, so he goes, I will now train you, and Naruto screams, bring it, I shall become the most powerful person. I become God, ha 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 ha. In horror, see, I become power hungry. Oh no. In panic, what do I do? And that's the flashback, guys. I'm so glad that this flashback is over, telling us everything we need to know about how Naruto is literally unbeatable, is a god, can travel through dimensions now. Really added some tension to the story.
Mm-hmm.
It was 6 months later. He came to this dimension, and then he made a new identity, and he brainwashed a bunch of people to create this identity. And then he moved to America because America was super strong, and they had a lot of heroes here. And he's laughing at all the heroes because they're really stupid looking.
Says the guy with a blue eye, with one blue eye, one red eye, blonde hair with black tips.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know if this person is that dumb or if they're trying to be really ironic and not getting it.
I would definitely say they're not getting it, at least. At the very minimum, they're definitely not getting it.
Yeah. Like, I was never questioning that part, right?
Anyway, so, Naruto was just really good at hiding, and his armor was so amazing because it let him cast illusions upon himself that made him look like a normal person. Anyway, still thinking about things. What? Still thinking about them hatchling. Yes, I respond with a straight thought instead of a gay thought. Curious, perhaps you want to be a hero. Maybe. I don't want to wear a tight suit. Yes, tight suits are bad. And the dragon god
Okay,
sweat
look.
drooped.
I do think that they're not a great look, but when you're as ripped and cut and or excessively curvy as most of the heroes are, you can get away with it just fine, right? Like, remember the fact that Midnight's outfit was originally just leather straps?
Mildly.
No one complained about that.
Okay, so animeisms. That's always a good one. Okay. So just gonna skip this garbage. Chapter 1 end. Alright. So to summarize, in case anyone fell asleep over that utterly boring chapter that we just covered, Naruto does the seal thing and does a really good seal that does the unseal thing, but seals everything that it unseals into Naruto whenever they try to unseal the unseal. Yes. And then they all got sucked into Naruto and fused his soul together into one giant amalgam. And then the Shinigami showed up and was like, "Yo, Naruto, I guess I'll just kick you over here to this completely uninhabited world." And then Naruto was like, "Cool."
Why will I do this? Because I can! And I'm the plot device! I mean Shinigami!
So then Naruto had like literally forever to train, and so now he's super trained up and he's really strong and super durable and mega fast and better at magic than everyone and has more health than everyone and just generally a better hero than everyone else. So you should stop liking everyone else and just like Naruto, because Naruto
Sounds like they should have toned down his stat growths.
What's stat growth?
Fair point.
Ceiling is sort of that broken in canon. I mean, yeah, sort of, except for the fact that Naruto doesn't know ceiling. He doesn't. At this point, I don't even feel like there's a narrative anymore. Yeah, pretty much. There isn't. Also, Naruto is fused his soul to a dragon god, who's got like 10 wings and like 3 tails, and they're all scorpion daggers. And I don't know, it's fucking.
Surely
weird.
this will have 0 repercussions. Like, look, all I'm saying is, if this was like a JRPG, that's the kind of thing where you see your friend be like, "I fused my soul with the demon god for power." You what?
Yeah, more or less. So, pairings are undecided. Thank God. The author is jumping straight into this story, feet first, with a concrete idea about how the plot and characters will develop. I say this sarcastically and unironically, of course. I'm sure siding with the darkness won't cause Riku to betray Sora. Oh, no, it definitely won't. No consequences at all. Literally, nothing bad could happen from this.
My name is Riku. I decided to join the darkness and betray everyone I know and love. Because I wanted to get off my island. And then we realized that was a terrible motivation, so we tried to switch it to me wanting to save my girlfriend. But I kind of forgot about that halfway through.
What you doing there, Kyrie? Want some broccoli, Kyrie? There's some broccoli on
I
your
do not
shirt.
understand the joke you are making.
It's this fucking really, I'm talking like 2000s old Kingdom Hearts spoof. Where I don't know why this was a joke, but basically Kyrie is like zombified or whatever in one scene, and so Sora throws broccoli at her and just starts making broccoli oriented jokes like there's some broccoli on your shirt, Kyrie, you're gonna eat the broccoli. It was so random.
That sounds incredibly dumb.
Oh, it was the 2000s.
Gotta be honest. That changes nothing. Changes nothing, really.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Reopen close tab. Did I remember to put this into the cover trick? Okay, good. So we'll never see that fic again. Let us Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha High School D times D. I'm sure this won't turn out poorly. I have been pinged. Who has pinged me? Oh.
Who summons the darkness? Also, just a side note, on the subject of Kingdom Heart, Scala ad Calum was way too chill for a boss fight. You want to share with the class?
Oh god. Fucking C8 got the best goddamn clip from that speaking one.
I mean, potatoes, you're probably right, but...
Yeah, boy, let's get right on into this. Get right on into this, lads. White Devil Dragon Son. I bet there is nothing more amazing, more fascinating, more goddamn interesting than this story right here. It will blow your mind with its deep thoughts.
I can't help but feel you're being a tad sarcastic there.
No. Oh, what? What? No. Why would I be sarcastic about this? That's silly. 7-year-old Hayudo Isai was orphaned when the incident occurred and was adopted by Tamakachi White Devil Nanoha and was raised by her to become excellent mage. Now, 9 years later, after knowing that Earth has magical and supernatural world, Issei traveled back to Kuo with his new family to find and talk to them. Calm and collected Issei.
So, we're already in the realm of AU.
Yeah. Yeah, where are we going with this?
Just we're already in the realm of an AU. Like, I see. So we have no intention of adhering to canon in any capacity.
I more or less support that. I mean, DxD canon's pretty shit. So,
I mean, yes, but
okay.
We can still do better.
Yeah. Anyway, so, as you can see from what I wrote in the summary, you may think I just copy-paste fanfic from Kuturin. But actually, I'm not. This idea has been super original and is definitely my own idea, and I did not steal it from anyone else at all. I have no way of making it work. Then I saw Kutrin, and everything began to fall in place. So I hope you all enjoy this fanfic. Is DxD canon just high school students fight with magical powers? Yes. Except, the main character's special power is to be, he gains more magic by browsing the hentai section of 4chan. That's the best way I can explain it.
And if you think we're joking, we aren't.
Yeah. DxD canon's pretty shit. Shit, what am I arrow keying? What did I click on? Alright. Try this again. He walked into his house with a beautiful girl at his side, confident that he would surprise them. Inside, both of his parents watching TV show, before noticing him and the girl. They smiled at him as he tried to greet them. Darkness shrouded him. He groaned as he woke up, his head still groggy. As he looked at the ceiling, he noticed that he cried in his sleep. That dream. I think I missed them so much. As it is, he had a flashback about that time 9 years ago that thing happened. 9 years ago, flashback. He is in a car, and his parents are doing things. And,
doing things, eh? Was Dad getting a little roadhead, maybe not paying attention to where he was driving?
Blah, 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 you're going to Nanoha, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah blah, blah 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 blah. And then Satoshi arrives and blah blah, heterochromia and blah blah, blah blah. All these OCs and main characters from various stories are all shaking their hands and like, yeah, we all live in this area, and we're all totally normal supernatural people. It can't be helped, your nickname is the White Devil. No, not you two, Fate, John. They must be best friends, thought Issei. Fate, Mama is right, Nanoha, Mama. Vivo, not you too. Wait, did I hear that wrong? Why are you both Mama? Because we have two Mamas. Is there something wrong? Nothing's wrong. It's just uncommon for two women to adopt a child together. Uncommon doesn't even begin to talk about it as far as I'm concerned with Japan. They're kind of, traditionalist.
They're kind of, what's the word we're looking for here, Sneaky?
Traditionalist?
Closed-minded?
I don't know. I think MacArthur opened their mind up pretty well.
He opened something up alright.
Speaking of which, I actually had a funny little comment. Someone posted this really demented shit that Japan produced. I said, Japan was a mistake. Hit him again, MacArthur. Only like 3 people got that joke. And I'm really, really sad about it, actually.
Just say, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. So he powers up by watching low-grade hentai. I think we all know what the writers were thinking about. The writers were thinking about boobs. So
Yeah, no, there was nothing subtle about it, Pedro.
it wasn't, yeah.
Or potatoes, sorry. I was looking at the wrong...
Pedro! Yeah. I'm just gonna randomly accuse you because you're Brazilian, so you probably did something wrong.
No, I was looking at the name, below the name I meant to look at, that's all.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Anyway, so a few hours pass in the flashback, and we get farther in the we get closer in the flashback? Can you get lost in your own flashback?
When you're a terrible writer, you can.
Fair enough. So, yeah, so, they start talking, and they keep talking, and talking, and, Issei's parents are all dead. Boom.
It's a bit of a jump there, isn't it?
Dead. Boom. No one saw it coming. Bam, 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 dead. Yep, so that was a thing. And then Issei cried himself asleep. And then a few weeks later, the stepmother got fucking so blah blah. They're all dead. Issei's adopted now, and
Issei's doing a lot of crying himself to sleep.
They're all you know, working together to train together now, and they're all getting boosts to their power, and he's getting strong.
Sneaky, what was the Oh yeah, for some reason I'm reminded of the thing that Adult Swim did, where it's like, the Jedi are your enemies. Kill all of them, Anakin. Phone call. Hey, I totally forgot the younglings were a thing. We can just re-educate them. They're cool. You did what?
Also, Order 66, kill all the Jedi. Like, you know, maybe I should have thought about this before I made Anakin go outside. Whoops.
I may have made a mistake.
So after he was finished with the flashback, he looked at the older girl that now he grew up with, and he's like, "Wow, I love you." And the bracelet he was wearing was actually a lost Logia, which, if you're familiar with Nanoha, is very, very rare, unreplicatable technology. Do not touch. But, he's wearing one. Flashback to when he got the bracelet. That's what everyone wanted, right? A flashback to... Yeah. That's what everyone wanted, is a flashback. We gotta go back. So now that Atin shot himself, I'm gonna go drink myself to death.
Look, I just don't know anything about Nanoha.
Yeah, I know. Neither does Max, and he would just fucking sit there and be like, "I'm not gonna answer any questions because I don't know anything here, so I cannot comment on anything that happens." At least you come up with the occasional witty comment.
I try. I'm not always successful, but I do try.
I appreciate that. Manoha is friendship laters. Okay. I do wanna. I wanna see Manoha.
Friendship. By the way, my vision for Manoha is just every female character is replaced with Alex Armstrong.
Manoha! Friendship is just one photon away.
Huh?
Because they fire lasers. Lasers are photons.
Oh, they fire okay.
They're one photon away.
Like I told you, I know nothing about net. Like, I didn't know they shot lasers.
They don't actually shoot lasers. So basically, the ongoing joke is that in Nanoha, the main character, Nanoha, beats up several characters in shonen style using a literal planet-destroying spell. And after she's beat up these characters, they're now her friends. In true shonen style.
Yes, of course, as it should be.
And so people make jokes that Nanoha has a orbital friendship cannon. Because she uses the, Starlight Breaker, which is a anti-planet spell, on her enemies that end up turning into allies.
I'm sorry. It's called the Planet Breaker.
Yeah.
And she's like, I should just use that
on
every
people.
Thursday.
Yes. Because her magic levels are like big dick. Massive dick.
No, see, that was not my concern, right?
Like, she has to take a wheelbarrow everywhere because of how large her dick is. Due to her magic.
I see. I'd rather wish that I didn't see, but I do see.
Now for a list of other things that you could wish you could unsee. Consider the following. Gene modding your hand to have a vagina in it, so therefore your left hand could become a true partner of yours.
Cease?
Anyway, so 3 years ago, so that would put Issei at 12 years old. And since Issei is like literally the smartest person ever when it comes to magic, he just learned all of the magic, and every single time he tried to use a wand, the wand would just overheat and explode.
That seems like a personal problem, doesn't it?
And and blah blah blah. Private first class. How many I see? No need to be formal, not informal. What's this about my device problem? Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Issei, we have a lost Logia, but I've never been able to get near one. How are you who have one? Well, you see, I examined you some weeks ago, and you have a lost Logia inside your body. That means you're a living lost Logia. Okay, so here's the part where the author tried to make a fusion world. So in Nanoha, Lost Logia are highly technological Clark tech, basically, of a ancient dead civilization. And they can be innocuous devices like a box, a wand, a person. You know, you never know who could be some sort of bioweapon from the Lost Ages, and they can be completely random in what they do as well. You know, that book over there, that seemingly innocent book, opening it unleashes the plague, the magic plague that eats magic, and you.
Now, I can't help but feel that is moderately problematic.
I am now imagining the Emperor using the Death Star to defeat individual enemies to turn them into friends. That's certainly a interesting mental image. Thank you, Super Potatoes. But anyway, so in D times D, there is something called sacred gears, which are the souls of various, forest sprites and dragons and god pieces and, basically anything the biblical god could get his hands on and or convince the people to give their soul for the cause of this. And so he made a shit ton of these, like, inheritable upgrades.
Yes.
And they have souls and shit in them that makes them work and whatever. But the author here is trying to say all Lost Logia are sacred gears.
I see.
So that's interesting. And I actually can use this point as a springboard to talk about general fusioning when it comes to certain topics between fan fictions, like in this example, Lost Logia and Sacred Gears. This opens up a lot of plot holes in general when it comes to them, like, why was the biblical god creating so many? Was he part of this ancient civilization then? How are these lost Logia being transferred from person to person?
I mean, you could just go, the ancient civilization was God.
I mean, but you can't, though, because they were like an actual civilization.
Oh.
They were like, the Protheans, or like they were like a full-on intergalactic civilization that ended up wiping themselves out. Using their Clark tech to, fuck themselves over.
Right.
But so now there's a whole bunch of plot holes with how these Lost Logia are, or maybe the Lost Logia and the Sacred Gears are not the same thing, and it's just the characters are mistaking a Sacred Gear for Lost Logia. Well, that would be something you have to quickly follow up on, or make some sort of indication towards. Like, say you have a chapter of them, trying to contemplate, like, oh, it makes sense, but it just doesn't fit, sort of thing, or where you're heavily hinting at the character might be wrong in their assumption that the Lost Logia, the Sacred Gear is a Lost Logia, and you gotta be clear with the audience, because you're gonna give them the wrong picture then. Unless you're intentionally trying to do that, which I really wouldn't recommend when writing a fusion world. Like you can get away with that in like an original fiction. You know, like mage is like, oh, this thing that upon you is a curse because like they've only ever seen curses before. So how could they possibly have ever recognized the blessing of some dead god or something that you got?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's a curse, and then it gets revealed later, actually, it's been a blessing all along, and you know, it's been helping you on your journey, etc., etc., etc.
It's a curse. Wait. No, it isn't.
So basically, the people who made Lost Logia were forerunners? Yes, yeah, more or less, pretty much, yeah. They colonized countless worlds, they lost countless worlds, they left behind crazy relics of unimaginable power that are unreplicatable. I am no expert when it comes to Nanoha, and this is just shit that I've gotten through osmosis. Like, I've watched maybe like 3 episodes, and then I've gotten sidetracked. So, you know, it's not like it's hard to figure this shit out, but when again it comes to fusion stories, don't try and mislead your audience, unless, you know, specifically they are in fact the exact same thing. Like if that's what you're applying, that the scientist comes back and goes, it's definitely a lost logia inside your body, then I mean I guess that's what the canon's gonna be for that story. But
And you can do that. It's just
you gotta be really careful when it comes to fusing things in fusion worlds. Like I see this problem a lot when it comes to magic with Harry Potter and the Fateverse, because how the Fateverse works is people have magic inside them. There's magic in the air, and people take the magic in the air, use the magic inside them, and combine it together to cast spells. Or sometimes they just use the magic in the air, or sometimes they just use the magic inside them, depending on the basis of the spell and the formula and the mediums they're using, and a whole bunch of other shit. Meanwhile, Harry Potter magic is they flick a wand or some shit, and you know, stuff happens. So trying to fuse the two together, you often end up getting shit like, oh, the wizards all have cores, and that's why they can cast magic. It's like, okay, well, the magi also have, you know, magic inside them. It's not just in the air magic. And if you're gonna get if you're gonna get rid of the magic inside people, then you know, people like Shiro couldn't do the shit they do. So then you have to account for that, or you just don't, and you look stupid to the people that know what they're talking about. You know.
To be fair, that's never stopped the internet before.
No. Looking stupid because they were wrong has never stopped the internet before. But, all that being said, let us continue on with the author completely butchering both Nanoha and Naruto and, not Naruto, P times D. I forgot what the crossover was. Blah blah blah. You should go activate the voice. It's an ancient device, but it's still a device. Unison out. Maybe it's not a Unison device. Lost Logia setup. Lost Logia setup. Okay. So here's the thing: is they aren't called Lost Logia by the people that made them. They're called Lost Logia by the civilizations that came after, because they're basically relics that no one has any fucking idea how to research, replicate, or use until they're used, and then everyone's like, oh shit, oh fuck. That's how you use it. So that's just moronic. But it flashed red, so therefore you know it's working. And then Issei was like, well, what do I call out next? And then the word boosted gear came into his mind, and he's like, yeah, that totally should work. Boosted gear, he shouts out loud. And, Anyway, so blah blah. What kind of device is this? And Los Logio, are you? Device, Los Logio. What are you talking about? I am Drag. This is a sacred year. I'm sorry, Drag. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, then what the fuck is this? So you have something inside your body. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Left the building and arrived in a field. Okay, so they didn't give him anything. Which, I mean, I guess I guess I'll give kudos to the author for that. They didn't give Issei anything. So they just had him stand out into the field and try and activate an unknown ancient relic buried inside his body.
At least they send him out into a field first.
Yeah, but it's just like, hey, go test this completely unrealized Clark tech. Just keep shouting shit out in the middle of this field until something happens. Also,
hopefully the thing that happens isn't you dying, but we'll see.
Then you just explode. Your blood goes everywhere. So anyway, the author is doing what I said here, is that he is making it so Lost Logia are not sacred gears. He is having Drag come in and be like, no, your assumptions were wrong and dumb. But that does then make me again confused, because if Nanoha knows about the magical community of the Earth, then because I mean, obviously, Nanoha is not subtle at all. The person who shoots off planet-breaking beams of magic is not subtle, and there is a sort of like secret pact where all the supernatural world tries to keep the supernatural world hidden from the non-supernatural world.
By the way, I've always liked that where the operative word is tries.
Well, it's really hard when two people turn into giants and like start fucking fist fighting in the middle of Times Square. It's like, well, we can't fucking cover this up, so we'll just call it like really advanced CGI effects or something.
Yeah, all right, look, we can't cover this one up. You fucked this one up too much, people.
New holographic projectors prototypes. So anyway, D-Drag was like, yo man, information and stuff, and he's like, well, I don't know what the fuck that shit is. And Drag was like, fucking what? How do you not know this crap? Forgive me, are you telling me on Earth there's a hidden magical community? And you are First Lieutenant Takamachi Nanoha, mother of your owner. Of course, there is a stupid biblical faction with a god and Norse gods and other gods and stuff. If you can see from the boosted gear, can you look at the sky? Can you see we aren't on Earth? What? Yeah, that's the other thing. So there's the other problem I wanted to point out is humans or human ancestor, precestor, I don't know, cesters. So humans are prevalent in the, Nanoha galaxy. And it's just like Earth is like some backwater place or whatever. But sacred gears go only to humans. And so it's just like, okay, well, no one's ever discovered sacred gears until now. Like, he's the first one to ever, like, literally for the past several thousand years, no human besides land-bound ones unaware of space have ever received sacred gears from the sacred gear system that grants them randomly to humans. Sure. Sure. So, Drake was like, yo, I'm gonna give you an info dump, and so he info dumped. With the new discovery, non-administration world 97 quickly became a conversation object of highest level. Sab then later thought to create a diplomatic mission for Earth because of the incident. It was delayed till a year later. Well, then they began their mission at March. Makuo changed a little in the past 9 years, so they're at Kuo for some random ass reason. And they're like, yeah, Issei, we're gonna enroll you in Kuo now. And he's like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess.
That's a thing, I suppose.
And then they're like, okay, Issei, don't be like your mother and beat up all your friends to make them your friends.
You should absolutely do that. It's a flawless idea.
Honestly, it's gotten me some pretty good friends over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Kick the shit out of people until they're your friend. Yeah, that's completely valid tactic of friendship making. And so then Issei makes pancakes. And then they go to school. So, overall, the grammar was acceptable. Perfectly good as far as I can remember. Spelling was fine. Characters were... They existed.
We didn't really get enough of anything.
Yeah, they existed is the best I got for pretty much all of them, including Issei.
Nobody was horribly out of character, but nobody was like, that man was in character there.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of suspension of disbelief
nor
going
out of
on.
character. What is that? Is it like it's just existed, I suppose?
Well, I would say more like if they're not in character or out of character, I feel like that would be good point. What would that make that? Flat?
Flat as justice.
You know, you can have that opinion, but you can also be wrong. Yeah, no, I mean, so the characters were existing. They didn't have any memorable moments, really, and they just existed, and they talked, and then they moved on. As far as plot goes, it's a pretty big info dump. There's a quite significant amount of suspension of disbelief, especially the whole part of where Issei, you know, these spacefaring magicians whose sole purpose is to ensure that, you know, big bad magic doesn't accidentally a planet, just completely missed the colossal, world-destroying existences in DxD. And I'm talking about, like, there's 3 or so characters in DxD who are literally on the scale of from 1 to 10, the infinity symbol. Like, there is no scale for them. They are just so strong. They don't even get ranked in strongest people because
there's just no point.
Yeah, there's no point because obviously they're the top 3.
So, like, listen, here's the top 3 of not freaks. Then there's these lads.
No, like, beyond Thanos Infinity Gauntlet powers, like, one of the characters who has such amount of power is called the Dragon of Dreams. He gains power from creatures dreaming. The more creatures that exist that dream, the stronger he is. Currently, with
several billion people dreaming.
Yeah, with just several billion people dreaming. In DXD, he is capable of casually rending dimensions in half. Casually. For the fun of it. Because he's bored. Below him is Ophis. And I mean below him as in like infinity minus 0.5. Is Ophis, the dragon of infinity. Her power is nothing. And I mean literally nothing. It's not destruction as it is for Surzex. It is nothing. Non-existence. It represents everything that is unknown. And for everything that there is unknown, Ophis gains in strength.
So she hates libraries.
No, she just wants to live in silence. And then there's Trihexa, which is hard to pinpoint on the scale in relation to the dragons, because the dragons, unlike those two dragons who fought, Trihexa, as far as I'm aware, never actually fought the other two dragons. But it's basically the 666 beast, the creature that will destroy the earth.
Cheerful.
Yeah. Literally, the creature was so strong that God killed himself trying to seal it away. And God, the Abrahamic God, was only capable in his infinite strength of sealing away Trihexa for like 3,000 years. So Trihexa is also absurdly powerful. To the point where it's not even a versus battle of like, do you think you can take them with like a whole army? It's like, nah, man. I think the plan was in the canon was something along the lines of literally uniting everyone against Trihexa to have a chance. Like everyone supernatural, including gods, against Trihexa to have a chance of maybe winning. So, again, absurdly strong. But then even in the top 10 scale, there's Surzex, who has an ascended form, I guess is the best way to call it, where he literally becomes the concept of destruction. Like, his existence is overwritten with the concept of things breaking. And he annihilates everything around him when he does that.
Has he considered taking a chill pill?
Oh, yeah, he's very chill. And in mild obsession with his little sister.
Okay, because this is an anime, I have to ask, in like a creepy way or like a doting older brother way?
In like a doting older brother way, mixed with mob boss.
Oh, like, I heard you weren't being very nice to my sister. Be a shame if something happened to your fucking knees.
No, more like my little sister deserves this servant, and I think you might object to it, so I'm going to annihilate your entire clan to make sure that you can't object to me capturing one of your kids to give to my little sister.
I can't help but feel that you may be going a bit far there, sir.
But yeah, he's kind of strang. He has some friendly fire issues though. Obviously, if you are the concept of destruction, you can't really not
aim.
Yeah. But with all of that being said, I I give White Devil's Dragon Son a meh out of 10. Could it be good? Maybe. Do I want to read more to find out? Not particularly. It's that sort of story where I'm just sitting here like, what was the part that was supposed to make me read more of this? Like, it didn't showcase Issei changing at all. It was just, he's smart. He now has magic. He's the real smarts. He now has the bestest magic. And now he's awakened his boosted gear and he knows all about supernatural world. Cool, I guess. But you know, that's it for tonight because I'm not really sure what else we can cover tonight that will keep me going. So I'll bid you guys all
it's also time anyway.
A fun I mean, you know, it is a Friday though, and we could always go longer. But you know, it's like it's not like one of those nights where I'm just really fucking psyched up. I'm just kind of just like, oh wow, I wish I could just die because then I wouldn't have to deal with this anymore.
That's fair.
And so you know, and just existing. But that's neither here nor there.
Regrettably, we are existing.
Indeed. It's neither here nor there, though. Tell your friends, tell your family. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesdays and Fridays. You know, maybe this weekend I'll get a City Skylines game up and running, and I'll ping y'all if you want. Remember in the Discord if you want me to ping you for whenever I play games and just kind of chill out and lay back and probably get my channel banned on Twitch. It's gonna be the rank Sneaky Watcher, I believe it was, or Sneaky something or other. It's in the rules. So you go to the bot section, you do the command, you get the role, I ping the role. Everybody wins. I'm planning on doing some stupid stuff with City Skylines once I get that up and running. So I guess look forward to that if you want to look forward to that. But that's about all for tonight. So then I'll see you all next time, because there is always more, and it always gets worse.